Um, Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It matters. Today I want to discuss about how to prepare for UPSC prelims that is going to come. We have to start preparing for UPSC prelims from now onwards because the January is coming, the December month. Anyhow, it will pass very quickly. So it is very important for us to get serious in UPSC prelims, and I just want to discuss on how to prepare for UPSC prelims. Okay. Yes. Um, the first criteria would be if you have already covered many of the subjects, then you just focus on the revision. So you need to revise those basic concepts. You need to master those basic books. For example, polity everybody would read Lakshmikant. You need to revise it at least 4 to 5 times. And one more thing I would like to say is just go through the PYQs a lot of times, 3 to 4 times PYQs, analyzing the PYQs is very important. Then you need to practice CSAT on a daily basis. Okay, that practicing CSAT on daily basis is very important. Why, if you ask me? Because see, knowing is very different than practicing, because you know CSAT ka concepts, you know mental ability, you know that mathematical aptitude, reasoning and comprehension questions, but it is more important for you guys to understand that the practice is very important, that the touch with the solving capacity is very important. That CSAT paper is just qualifying, everybody knows it, but every year the difficulty level of CSAT paper is increasing day by day. So that is why you need to have that practice every day, 1 hour of practice, just 1 hour after dinner, or anywhere, anytime, when you feel comfortable, you can practice that. Discipline and dedication are two important things here. If you are disciplined, though you are average student, you can master this examination requires a lot of mental strength, where you need that complete dedication for this examination. Okay, for prelims I'm telling, revising the basic books, not stop watching videos. Okay, let me tell you this, stop watching videos regarding everything. Okay, we did this mistake when we were preparing, but now I'm suggesting, and now I have realized that we should not go behind the videos a lot. We should by see, if you have already achieved a amount of proficiency in this reading and all that, you could have accumulated a lot of knowledge already. One thing you should be doing is revising the things in very quick time, then taking mock test. There are some sectional tests available online, you can just easily access them for free also. Just take those mock tests, very important. Give the mocks, instead of reading, give mocks. Then you analyze what are the mistakes that you are doing. Then you should be revising those tests. You need to store those tests. For example, if you have given test, you should not throw it out, you should keep it down. ಓಕೆ, ನೀವು ಅದನ್ನು ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಯು ನೀಡ್ ಟು ರಿವೈಸ್ ಇಟ್. ನೀವು ಅದನ್ನು ಯಾವುದೆಲ್ಲ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬರ್ದಿರ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ, ಅದನ್ನು ನೀವು ರಿವೈಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಟೆಸ್ಟನ್ನು ರಿವೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ರಿಯಲೈಸ್ಡ್. ಓಕೆ, ನಾನು ಅದನ್ನು 2024 ಪೇಪರ್ ಪ್ರಿಲಿಮ್ಸ್ ಬರೆಯುವಾಗ ಐ ಡಿಡ್ ಇಟ್ ರಿಗರಸ್ಲಿ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಐ ರೋಟ್ ಸಮ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಐ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ರಿವೈಸ್ concept from those tests. Okay, this is very important for us to understand. Then giving test is more important than reading. So revision is revise the concept, then go and give test, then come back and revisit those tests also. That is also very important. Then CSAT practicing for 1 hour at least, it is very important. Then current affairs. For current affairs, you should be doing what you should be doing. The monthly magazines help you like anything. Monthly magazines are good, and some in YouTube, some of the coaching institutes conduct some sessions on current affairs. You can watch that also, because they will help you in preparation. And along with that, you can add up your daily newspaper is must, at least 1 hour of newspaper is very important for you guys to develop that opinion for your UPSC mains and interview. That is fine, but the thing is, for the examination point of view, current affairs monthly magazines will help you like anything. The magazines, you need to revise those magazines at least 2 to 3 times before the examination. Means from the last years, for example 2025 May, from 2025 May to 2026 June. May. Your exam will be in May, I think. So till that month, you should be covering every current affairs. You know what is important to read and what is not important to read, I feel. So revising the current affairs, and see, the mastery, true mastery does not lying in, it's not lying in completing, okay, completing the things, I have finished this book, I have finished this book. It's not about that. The true mastery lies is true mastery lies in, recalling them in examination. So recalling, if you are not able to recall the, concepts and the facts accurately during the examination, your reading is not at all important. Your reading is not at all important, and it's not going to be useful for you guys. So very very important, whatever you are doing, think that, or if you are not going to revise it back, then no need to read it for, for long duration. So if you are not able to revise the concepts again, then don't cover it. So minimize your resources. So it is always said that, less is more. Okay, in UPSC it is always repeated that less is more. Okay, rely on very minimal amount of resources and revise those resources a lot of times, and that helps you like anything. Okay, that builds your confidence. And current affairs, you just need to revise those monthly magazines. That any monthly magazine, it would be fine. Some people say Vision IAS, some people say Forum IAS, some people say anything, Care magazine. We Karnataka people read Care magazine, for it means it helps in KAS examination and UPSC. You can refer any magazine because all the magazines cover the same concepts. But the thing is, how you utilize it, how you revise it, how you practice it, and how you remember it, that is also very important. And one more thing, please, if you are watching this video, it is really helpful for you guys, and I'm adding this point here. What I did, when I cleared prelims in the 24 attempt, one thing that helped me was googling everything. You need to google, you need to type that, whatever that, like for example, PM, Jan Dhan Yojana, PM, some other schemes are there, Fasal Bima Yojana, Vayo Vandana Yojana, okay, PM Matrutva Vandana Yojana, okay. There are so many other schemes that are run by the government. So you need to type it in the Google. So whatever the results comes in the first, results, you need to go through them. Just when you are googling every bit of this, you are making an effort. When you are making an effort, you are tend to remember the concepts very well, because it's your effort. If you when it is your effort, then you will get attached with that kind of search. When you are attaching your effort with that search, then you are tend to remember for longer duration. So make that extra effort. So clearing prelims and not clearing prelims, the only that thing that lies between these two things is how much you are making your self effort. See, book is there, magazine is there, everything is there, means the only thing that lies is how much are you putting your self effort, that your self effort matters in your preparation. So very important, try to google some things. For example, if you learn something about some scheme, some economic terms or anything, you just google it. Okay, if you find something new in your newspaper, just google it. That googling will help you like anything. Please remember it, this point will make your prelims very easy. Okay, you are tend to remember that concept very well. That is why I'm trying to say that googling will help you, because it will, that whenever you google, you tend to remember that concept for a longer duration. Okay, I hope it is clear till this point. And one more thing is revision and practice. So practicing PYQs are must from 2013 to 2025. Whatever the questions have arrived, you need to go through them rigorously, and you need to analyze the each and every question and options rigorously, and try to understand the UPSC mentality. The UPSC examiner, how is he setting the papers, that is very important. You need to understand how exactly he is setting the papers, and that is very important. You need to go into the minds of the examiner, how he is setting the paper. You need to understand that underlying principles and options, how is he setting the options, what are the tricks that he is using, and what is the what are the areas that he is majorly focusing. For example, in ancient history, he is focusing more on Jainism and Buddhism, and every alternative year or every year, yeah, one question would be on Buddhism and Jainism. So it is very important for us to go dwell and to go deeper into these concepts, dwell deeper into these concepts, Buddhism and Jainism and the sects of Buddhism and Jainism, like that. And I highly recommend you guys to analyze PYQs a lot of times. Though you have analyzed, though you have completed the analysis, please go and visit them again and again, like at least as many as as much as possible, as many times as possible. Go and visit the papers again and again, at least 3 to 4 times, so that you are very familiar with the PYQs. Okay, then another thing is there are free mock test available. If you don't have money, don't worry, don't ever give that reason that I did not have money and that I did not take any kind of test series or anything. There are free tests available online. If you go Telegram, if you go and search in Telegram, you will definitely get them. No need to suggest in these things, I feel, because people already know these things more than me, I feel. So please visit Telegram and download those mock tests. Don't run behind too many mock tests. Rely on one coaching's test series. Just download them, take print, take OMR sheet, and then practice. So if you're if you have some kind of mastery in the answers, this prelims test, one thing I would suggest is, when you are giving test, keep your time limit as 1.5 hour or 1 hour 45 minutes, not 2 hours. See, in examination there are there are other variables that will come into act. That is why here, if you practice for that 1 hour 45 minutes or 1 hour 30 minutes, then your 2 hours will be managed very well in the examination. So, and even while attempting your UPSC prelims also, you need to go through the paper at least 2 times. At least 2 times. Should not attempt your paper in one go. You should go 2 times or 3 times, max to max, because first reading you need to only solve easy questions. Okay, then you need to bubble them. Then you need to go the second round, medium type of questions, like where you have doubts between two options, the 2-in-1 kind of questions. Then you need to solve them. Then in the third round you can go for where you don't have any idea, or where you have some vague ideas that are coming from somewhere. When you give time for the same questions again and again, for 2 times, if you are reading the same question twice, then your mind will process the information in the subconscious level, in the back side of your mind will be processing the data. And sometimes I have only witnessed that after after the first round, when I came to the second round for the same question, that new